change consultant Yohance Ayodike joins me for the second hour of our Thursday program, and in keeping with the tradition, we always bring thought-provoking topics to the forefront and to the table. Today we're asking, how do you take revenge? Well, let me tell you, Yohance, good morning, as always, welcome. And this one is very interesting because everyone deals with revenge so different. For me, I can tell you offhand, I take revenge by trying to be the best person I can be and be happy, because they can't control that. That's my way. I gonna get back to you by being my best. I gonna flaunt it in your face, but when you see me, you had to tighten up yourself, and I normal.
You sure you wouldn't flaunt it in the face?
No, I wouldn't flaunt it in the face.
But you want them to see it, though?
No, I mean, they will see it. Most times they see it because what I do is very public.
Right.
So they would see, but generally, I know there are people who try to get back at folks, and you have to, they have some people that really want to get back at them
if you're being honest.
Yeah, but
right?
I find that stigma to a dark place, but you want to say, boy, and that is why I be kind of so cautious about this thing called revenge, because revenge could take you in a real dark place, and you can end up doing stuff that totally out of character. But you know what, that's my intro on it. I wanna get your take.
And it's a good intro because the dictionary meaning of revenge is inflicting punishment or harm on someone or something that you think do you wrong or is a slight. And the process is to get even. Now I'm bringing it from a mental health perspective because there's a behavioral pattern called revenge, sleep, procrastination.
What's that now?
So revenge, sleep, procrastination. So you procrastinate, which means you delay going to sleep or going to bed because you want to take revenge for the day that you wish you had that you didn't get. So many of us, we go through the day doing things we don't really want to do. So what that causes is pent-up energy inside of us. So when everybody gone and sleep, or I have some time to myself now, I'm taking back revenge by staying up and doing what I really want to do. Now, I use the word revenge because you say take it to a dark place. Many times when we take revenge, we just stay up too late, and then you end up ruining the next day. But the thing is, you want to do it because I'm tired of whole day, my boss make me do this, or I had to do this because I had children, I had to do this because I didn't really want to do this. But I have to take back revenge. Now, I'm using the sleep procrastination, and I'm sure plenty of people could relate to what I'm saying. But that revenge, it also comes in different forms. So you have some people who take revenge by eating too much. Right? Because the see thing is, the evening out is I get to do whatever I want. Some people go in the casino and spend too much money. Some people smoke too much. Because the point is that as humans, for the most part, we want to do whatever we want to do, you know. But when we don't get to do it, it has caused distress.
So you're suggesting that some people take revenge by almost self come like you could you're damaging yourself.
It's Satan. That's what it is. Because nothing wrong with taking a drink, nothing wrong with going to a party, nothing wrong with eating, nothing wrong with doing these things in a certain moderation, right? But when it's reached a stage where I don't really care, you know, I just do whatever I want, you're taking back revenge for that feeling of being suppressed from before.
That's interesting though, because I always thought revenge as a kind of mindset to go at the source or the person that would have caused you harm, but there are people who self-inflicted, I guess, harm. Wow, interesting. Yeah, because there are people who cut themselves on things.
Correct. If you understand where I come from, because sometimes the source of the harm or the pain we can't get to. Because what you're going to do, you're going to beat up your boss. What you're going to do, you're going to beat up the principal of the school. These days, But if you understand what I'm saying, the source, sometimes we can't get to the source, or we don't want to go to the source. So therefore, we have to redirect the energy, and sometimes that revenge is on yourself.
So what about those who, wow, you know, you're so interesting with this, because to the person in a job where they've been belittled, people are talking down to them, and you have to almost kind of keep it in, and then you go home now and you let it out on your spouse and your children. In a way, come like where you can't tell the boss, you're telling them. So that in a way, some people's behavior is based on a reaction It's a reaction to something that's going on, and the revenge is being taken out on somebody else.
And all of us, because of that pent-up energy, we take revenge in some way. And I say that too, even for people viewing, is to look to see where you're trying to even things out.
Would you say that's why we have so many instances of road rage? Because up to 2 days ago, I watching a man cussing an ex-man on the road, and I'm saying that really can't be that level of curse and venom. It's not so much for the bad drive. I'm thinking that is something pent up in the man, and he's using the bad drive as a means to let the steam out on this. Now, probably the bad drive, he got a bad drive, but I can't see somebody getting on so bad for a drive. Road rage is a hell of a thing, you know.
Jason, let me tell you something, right? I don't have all the exact stats, but I'm a citizen of this country, right? Plenty people on the edge, you know.
Well, you're feeling it, Yohance. You're feeling it right now. It is something that you could feel on the ground.
Right. And that revenge manifests itself in a different way because we all different, right? Sometimes we see certain types of crime happen, and you're wondering how somebody could do that. What it is they really thinking? Now, revenge is either you're inflicting that pain either on yourself or you're inflicting it on somebody else. Now, unfortunately, many times you don't direct it where it's supposed to be, but it happens that way, right? I could tell you, even in my previous stints and doing things in prisons and with YTRC and things like that, when you talk, a lot of times there's suppression. This person remind me of this person sometimes. This person looked like my grandmother who used to XYZ. This person looked like my husband or my brother who used to XYZ. A lot of times is that suppression, because when you suppress, what happens is that pent up. So you have to even it out in some way. And that is inevitable. You cannot do it.
What's your advice for somebody in that state of darkness right now, planning and plotting a revenge, plotting a comeback, and that plot involves probably getting rid of someone or bringing serious damage to them? What's your advice on that person who is in a premeditated state at this point in time, plotting some kind of revenge?
Now, I'll give two pieces of advice, because when in the premeditated state, sometimes there's a rough stage to even get through with talk, right? But one, the action you're going to perform, whether it is to yourself or somebody else, most times will be to your detriment. Most times. And whatever that person or persons did to you, even though you didn't deserve whatever it is, or you may not have deserved what it is, you see how you say, my revenge is I coming out better, I looking better, I going to the gym and look good if that person didn't like me, I go in and study and make more money to show them. You could direct it, because it could have bad mind too. You know, the bad mind is I am more successful. The bad mind is I am better than, not necessarily inflicting something on somebody or myself, but you could direct it in a way that you better. Even if you just want to look good to burn the person, if you understand, right? But the point is you could direct it in a way that still could help you, because when you do that action of revenge, sometimes it's hard to reverse. Because when you cut yourself, you have the scar. If you hurt somebody, you could get arrested. You could spoil your life forever because of that moment of revenge, or even sometimes binge. You know, sometimes we binge eat, we binge drink. That is a form of revenge also, again, to do whatever I want.
Do you think pop culture, and especially movies, would have distorted our whole concept of revenge? Because most of the plots, the laws of a plot in action film, you have your protagonist, the antagonist, good guy, bad guy, something happened to the good guy plot, and to the end, they get revenge, they kill off the bad guy, and then the movie comes to an end. We never see what happens after the good guy gets the bad guy, and what healing the good guy might have to go through, if anybody from the bad guy side come back for the good guy. We don't know. You know, that's just been Hollywood's programming. Good guy, bad guy end up in a tight spot, bad guy all on top, ha ha ha, and the good guy come out of the trenches, crawl out, come to a level now, and eventually get the man at the end, credits roll, movie done, everybody going home happy.
Perfect, because in real life, we have to deal with the consequences of our actions. Everybody, right? Even if you do something as a child, and you may say as a child I'm responsible, if you do something, you have to defend it, and it goes with you. And as adults, sometimes it's difficult to manage yourself. So I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, But when we take a little more intention about living a life that is really the life we want to live, again, I ain't going perfect, and it might be for today, for tomorrow, but at least start to do things in a way that you want to do it. So if you're in a job, and I would say this all the time, if you're in a job that you don't like, you may not be able to leave tomorrow, but start doing something to qualify to do something else. If you're in a relationship, talk to the person and let the person know what it is going on, whether it's romantic, whether it's family, whatever it is. Because when we keep it inside, it is never disappear. It have to come out. And when it come out after being held for so long, it's like a dam. When the dam bursts, you can't really control the water, you know.
What about those who carry a particular load or carry a particular grievance for something that they were not even involved in? And we're just talking here now on family issues and generations that are talking for something that granny and grandpa do down back in the day, and there is a sense of revenge and you have to get back at them, and there's a hostility that exists decades in the making that you were no part of. What's your advice in that scenario?
It already happened, you know. It's already gone, and bringing something that no longer exists in the present is actually unhealthy, because it's like imagination. Yes, that thing may happen, but you wasn't directed. It don't even exist anymore. So bringing it in the present now is actually bringing something that's not real into the present. And then you hold it, and then maybe your children pick it up, and so forth and so on. Holding on to things, even though we might say it's moving forward, you're really walking forward with a chain and a ball on your hand. So you're moving, you know, but you're becoming heavier and heavier. So everything we hold on to makes us become heavy.
Yohance, you have the final say.
Nation, you may not be able to live the exact life you want, but don't suppress what's inside of you. Let it out, even if it is in a healthy way. Don't make life complicated, because even though life is not easy, it's really not that hard. Thank you for listening.
Yohance, touching base this morning, really amazing and insightful conversation as per usual. Mental health matters. God spare, we'll do it again next week, Thursday, Yohance. I'm so happy because a great friend, someone who I truly admire. We go back so many years. We would not say how many to age ourselves, but Ardine Sergio joins me next. She is the project lead at the Cropper Foundation, and we're going to give you details regarding a scholarship program. Ardine joins me live. She's next.